Hello there, all you beautiful people. My name is Gunnar Clovis. I'm a game developer, and today I would like to play How Deep You Can Reach by radyshenkya. Shenkya. I'm not feeling that's English. Radyshenkya. Russian, maybe? There's a Twitter. Alright, so this is as I say, a 13-year-old beginner in game dev, which is why I clicked here. I just saw that this person followed me. I love playing games by new game developers. It's my favorite thing in the world. I really want to give attention and support to new people joining game development, especially kids. It's really, really great. So this is honestly a pretty solid page already. Obviously 13 years old, beginner, but this is a really nice color palette. Like truly, like I really like this kind of soft, subdued brownish purple, and then this nice kind of also slightly brownish pink on top, right? That's kind of what it is. It has a nice contrast. Like, it looks good, and also it synergizes with the red link that can also be customized on itch, but yeah, that's the default red itch link, which still contrasts well enough. I think it could be improved to mesh with that color palette a little bit better, but this is a really, really good color palette. And again, this is a 13-year-old game developer, assuming they're not catfishing us, of course, which I don't believe they are. And so this is really great. So I don't know, Rodian Saragan. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, look at that. That's really nice. Just joined, 1 follower. Look at that. For a weekly game jam, 14 hours ago. So how deep you can reach. Yeah, so Rodian Saragat, yeah, that really seems Russian. Actually, let me check. I'm too curious. Oh, okay. What is that? Yes, that's Russian. Cordiality. Cordiality. Oh, okay, cool. All right, awesome. Yeah, really love to see new game developers from all across the world. All right, so I didn't know what this game was at all. I already opened it. But from this Twitter, it looks like it's some kind of nice looking platformer, very simple, minimalistic, which is great. Minimalist is perfect to do, especially for game jams, especially for your first few games. I frankly need to do more minimalist games myself. Yeah, this looks really nice. That's a different game for the weekly game jam right now, and that's awesome that they're doing weekly game jams. Yeah, first game for my first game jam. So cool. All right, so this game is about Square. Pretty cool. I like the energy. I like the exclamation points. Again, really nice color palette that they've changed the default itch colors away from that kind of gaudy white into, yeah, these very nice subdued grays. I'm not sure where they're getting their colors, but yeah, really always try to get your own colors. Coolers.co, awesome site. You can generate infinite color palettes procedurally. And yeah, so here you can just get a bunch of nice color palettes. I think I might have it set on a different mode. Yeah, you can do, yeah, I do have it set on monochromatic mode. But yeah, you can do a lot of great stuff with these color palettes, and just always trying to use that, like this developer kind of seems to be doing. Really, really cool. So yeah, let's try it out. My first game jam. And playable in browser, that is fantastic. Okay. All right. So the audio's a little loud for me. I don't know why I boosted the audio, frankly. All right. AD, move left and right. Yep, I can just immediately instinctually do that. I do wish the arrow keys also worked, but still, like, the fact that it's intuitive interface to WASD, and you have text that says it, so perfect. Honestly, it doesn't matter so much what your controls are if you let the player know. And so yeah, A and D, jump with space. Don't touch red color, get down as low as possible. Okay, so it's, yeah, not based on time, which I like, because I like to explore everything and read. So yeah, this is made in Unity, using WebGL, obviously. Yeah, so then we have a score at the top that's going to increase as we fall down, I assume. Just, yeah, nice little blue square. I like our little particle effect trail. It's very nice. And you can see when we go up here, we kind of get stuck there. Yeah, and I'm holding A. If I let go, I do fall. I've seen stuff like that a lot with Unity platformers. Often it's a mistake, but I wouldn't say it's a mistake here, because honestly it just seems cool. And especially with this game design, I think it might be intentional, which is awesome. Yeah, that makes it really, really unique. Honestly, I really like that. Yeah, when I'm holding this, I can just stop. I let go of A, I hold A again. Really nice. I really like that. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know where they're spawning from, but obviously the red little death balls are spawning from here. I do wish the color contrasted a little bit more, because that is actually the most important information, really, besides knowing the red balls themselves is important, but I'd really, really like to have my eye catch on to where they're spawning. And obviously it is a different image, but it's still pretty gray on the, just slightly lighter gray on the dark gray background. Okay. Yeah, so there I was trying to jump up with W, so I do wish there were some alternate control schemes running concurrently. But wow, this is like really fully featured. And oh okay, I died. Not doing well, obviously. But this works great. Ah, oh wait. Oh my god, is this procedurally generated? Holy crap, that's awesome. Yeah, that was totally different. Besides that I'm dropping in from the same area, but oh my god. Wow, that is super impressive for a beginner game developer, a 13-year-old student. That is fantastic. Holy crap, I'm so impressed. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I could jump there. Interesting. Yeah, so this is definitely intentional. Giving the player more control. Nope, I'm dead. All right, this does. I do suck at video games, but this also does seem kind of hard. Oh my god. Okay, that seemed like a little bug there with the particles persisting, but that's all right. Okay, this one again. So yeah, there's all these nice particle effect trails for the bullets. There we go. Yay! Ah! Bam. Cool. I do wish there was some kind of physical, like, because obviously I'm passing a threshold between each of the spawned areas to get a new point. I wish that was visible, but honestly, I'm saying, so, when I review games here, when I review games here, obviously, you could say the harshness of my criticism varies, and it varies based on the experience level of the developers, how many games they've released, if they are working professionally, if they have their own company, they've released a lot of high-quality games. Oh my god. If they've released a lot of high-quality games, I'm going to be harsher with them, right? With beginner game developers, I generally try to be much nicer, because they're making their first few games, and so I just want to encourage them to keep going. And that's my main prerogative with this series, with Itchy for Jam. I'm just trying to provide what I wish someone could have provided for me when I started with game development. There we go. Yeah, so for new game developers, I mainly just want to provide attention and encouragement. Nice. Oh, that's... Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, I'm learning new stuff about the controls. Very cool, very cool. Oh, this is honestly, like, so good. Frick. Yeah, so with new game developers, generally... Oh, my god. Generally, I'm a lot nicer. Because I just want them to keep going and to keep making games, and so giving attention through these videos is my way of doing that. Oh my god! And I can restart with the space bar right there. I didn't press the button. So wow, I wish I'd known that earlier. But yeah, that's very good. That's very intuitive. Again, always try and have as many alternate control schemes as possible, that like the more ways someone can do something in your game. Oh, how do I get over this timing wise? I can't. Ooh. Yeah, I just need to not be afraid to walk through these ones. Ah! Yeah, so I can just press space. That's so much better. It's so much better. Yeah, so I try to be nicer with newer game developers. And then once someone, has released stuff for commercially, you know, selling games on Steam or the App Store, Android, wherever it is, has a company, has released dozens of games, has released a lot of very good games, then I tend to be, you know, a lot more harsh with my criticisms because they wouldn't really benefit as much from, from me just kind of being super nice. So yeah, I get a lot more picky, and you can definitely see that when I play, like, for example, Josh Wilson and oh my god, oh man, and Saucy Armadillo's games. I get pretty nitpicky with them because they release a pretty solid level of quality. And so, you know, I want to provide some kind of feedback for potential improvement, not necessarily with those games themselves, but with future games, just in consideration. Ooh. All right, I have not noticed a high score system. I have not, so I think I need to pay attention to my high score. So I'm at 5 now, which I think is about as far as I've gotten. Maybe I've gotten to 6 before. Don't think much beyond that. Oh, that was close. Okay, that's 7. And yeah, so there's a large element of randomness here in just the difficulty of sections that respond. And it's pretty clear that, these are, ooh. Okay, I just jump up here. No! Ah! So what was that? That was 7, right? There's a large variance in difficulty. Some sections are much harder than others. Like that one was super easy. But that's all right. It's a normal thing. It does seem like the hitboxes are kind of big. Let me try and test that. Yeah, I guess they look proportional, in that they're exactly to the shape of the box in red dots, which is totally fine and totally normal. But you could consider making the hitboxes smaller than the visuals, than the art assets, which is what gamers have kind of become accustomed to now. So that I can kind of get close to one of these red dots. So like here. Yeah, see, it's right the instant a pixel touches it. So that is exact collision. Those are exact collision boundaries. So consider making those smaller than they really should be. It's less realistic, but games are not necessarily realistic mediums, and so that lets the players feel a little bit more powerful, feel like they just narrowly escape stuff by the skin of their teeth, because in motion we can't tell. We can't really tell when something is exact or not, right? God. And so it kind of seemed like the hitboxes might be too big when I was playing, and I had to kind of test it to figure that out. Yeah, because in motion I can't see that. The hitboxes are exactly to their shape and size. They're pixel perfect. I'm up to 8 now. That's cool. Alright, I think I failed at this one earlier. Oh! Okay, well, I got to 9. That's good. Alright, cool. But yeah, making those hitboxes, particularly when taking damage, favoring the player so that enemy hitboxes, like, so basically those God, those red projectiles and yeah, floating death orbs, their hitboxes are smaller than they visually are, so I could kind of have a little bit more leeway when I'm falling down and just barely graze them and still be okay. That can give to a much better player experience. But that's kind of a more complicated concept. It's not something I would necessarily talk about with new game developers, and this is an incredibly new game developer with their first game ever, it sounded like, being 13, again, assuming they're not catfishing us, which I don't believe they are. And yeah, that's more of a higher level concept, but this is such a competent game. I don't know if it was made from a tutorial or not, which is fine if it was. I really recommend, oh my god, really recommend the usage of tutorials. Man. But this is a really, really solid just game jam entry in general. For a weekly game jam, I'd say this is pretty good. And as a first game, it's incredibly good. Because it has procedural generation, it has infinitely changing levels. Obviously, it's coming from a set. But that's often how endless runners and this kind of stuff works. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I mean, my own procedurally generated games come from a set, right? And, oh my god, okay, ooh! And this one, I cannot notice a single bug, really. Yeah, the only bug, oh, that was really close, holy crap. The only bug I could see, and pretty, oh, no. Oh my god, that was so close, holy crap. Yeah, there's just such a long delay between when we jump up. So if I jump up, yeah, oh my god, yeah, so the physics feel kind of weird. But this is such a really solid entry start. It's really high quality. And so I kind of want to judge it by an improved metric, even though this is a beginner developer. Or not judge so much as kind of offer, yeah, more more high level advice. Yeah, especially because game development is pretty tough. It requires a lot of work and effort, and it's very interdisciplinary. And so a lot of people give up on it early on. They make 1 or 2-ish games. They don't see a lot of traction or attention, and thusly they give up, which I hate. I really hate to see that. I really want everyone that is interested to be, oh no, to be involved in game development. And so with new game developers, I really like to just provide encouragement and attention in hopes that they continue. But this is such a high quality first game, and from the Twitter, maybe it was the same game. Let's actually check. So if we scroll down, you hit more information, you can always find the author and the metadata on a page. So here, if we go back to that Twitter, yeah, that's like a totally different game. 14 hours ago, as of this recording. Yeah, that's a totally different game for a new weekly game jam. Yeah, that's fantastic. So they're already working on a second game. And it looks like they just released this. So yeah, that was Deep Dive. Deep Dive was the previous weekly game jam theme. Although it doesn't look like this was submitted to the weekly game jam, which is unfortunate. Might not have fit within the time frame, which is totally fine. That happens to all of us. But yeah, definitely try and submit your stuff to the weekly game jam. I don't know when that was. Yeah, okay, 132 Deep Dive. So yeah, when you have a jam. Ooh, if I hop over to the current one, yeah, you can just hit submit your project, and then you can upload a game, which makes a new project through this interface. Or if you have an existing game previously uploaded, you select it from a list, and yeah, then you can have your game submitted, and that's really, really good. Participating in game jams is really, really excellent, and I highly recommend it because, because it has a time limit, The time frame is so important to creativity. Any kind of creative endeavor, I really suggest you try and do it within a time limit with a hard deadline, because that's really the only way stuff gets done. And and creativity is driven by restrictions, right? You need, just like how necessity is the mother of invention, creativity comes from boundaries. Nothing is harder to work with than an empty canvas, than a blank slate. The empty page is the hardest thing to write for. It's far better to have restrictions, time constraints, a prompt, deadlines, anything you can do that just kind of gets your brain going and forces you to work on it, truly. So that's a great reason game jams are fantastic and a really great thing to do for all game developers, especially those starting out. But another huge benefit of game jams is that there are other people. So that means you can get support from other developers. There are more people to relate to. You're not doing it in the dark, or at least you shouldn't be if you talk to them and be involved with the community. And Weekly Game Jam is a great place to start because they have a great community. I'm so proud of this community. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. And so you can get support from that community, and you can also get plays from them. So if you just release games to itch.io, and you're just starting out, especially, but really anyone, I mean, this goes for me, goes for literally anyone on the platform, pretty much, besides maybe Lifo. If you just release a game into the void, it will get some amount of plays over time, probably, especially if it's playable in browser, like this one is. Playable in browser games just get way more plays inherently. I really recommend you make all of your games playable in browser at all times. No matter what game engine you're using, you should be able to do it pretty much if you're using any big standard game engine. Most people either use Unity, Construct, or GameMaker Studio on itch by the numbers. All of those have great HTML5 export features, so I really recommend you get WebGL or HTML5 up and running, like this fine fellow has. And so yeah, you can get some plays, but overall you'll probably be disappointed. I mean, you should always try and hamper your expectations, but you won't get a ton of plays releasing an itch game, especially one that's into the void, especially one that's not playable in browser. But a huge way to get plays is to participate in game jams, because then there's voting. There's a voting period, there's ranking. People play these games, and usually the community organizers are very involved with playing them. I know Weekly Game Jam, they have several streamers involved that will play the games, and they have a whole process for submitting your Weekly Game Jam games on Twitter, which I don't do, and I should do personally. And so yeah, it can be a really great platform to get more attention. I hope that even though this wasn't submitted to the Weekly Game Jam, I'm pretty sure it still was made for the Weekly Game Jam based on this Twitter, right? Yeah, it says deep dive. How deep can you reach? Yes, it was made for Weekly Game Jam, just wasn't submitted on itch, which is unfortunate. I hope you still shared this game with the Weekly Game Jam community on Discord, because that can get you more attention, more plays, get you comments and feedback, which is really, everyone wants that, obviously. Always try and get as many eyes on your games as possible. You always want to playtest as much as possible, as early as possible. Ooh, that was slick. But yeah, this is just a really, really solid first game. Doing a procedurally generated game as your first game that's kind of this complicated and competent, it's very impressive. Really, really great job. Okay, and with that ending on my favorite number, I think I will stop there. Otherwise, I'll just play indefinitely. But yeah, this game is about Square. It is pretty cool. pretty wonderful. Thank you, radyshenkya. I really appreciate it. I very much look forward to this next game, your prototype for current Weekly Game Jam, it seems. Yeah, I'll definitely be playing that here on this channel. This is my series Itchy for Jam, where I play itch.io games and give my raw, genuine reactions and feedback and criticism A few people have suggested that I like edit it more, or that like I write a script and record it. I'm not gonna do that, not anytime soon, because I'm trying to upload a YouTube video every day. So if you subscribe, hit the bell, like all that YouTuber stuff, I upload a video every single day in 2020, or at least I have so far. And so I have a very short production cycle, because this isn't my job. So I'm just doing this as quickly as I can. And also, I really like giving my genuine reactions to these games. I feel like something is really lost if I just record the gameplay separately and then record audio on top of that. I don't want to do that. So I'm just recording these games raw, my genuine feelings. I occasionally will cut out some ums and ahs, but otherwise, it's unedited in terms of what I'm saying. I do some audio balancing, that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Please remember to stay in school, don't do drugs, eat healthy, exercise, eat your vegetables. Remember, if someone is gossiping to you, they're also going to gossip about you. I've had that happen multiple times in my life now, very unfortunately. Someone that is just confiding in you all of these secrets of other people that they're just really kind of, talking behind their backs and gossiping, they're eventually going to do the same thing to you if they haven't already. It's not going to end well. I'd recommend keeping your distance with that kind of behavior. Always trying to have all the friendships and relationships in your life bring you happiness and positivity and joy. If you're not getting the same good energy, same happiness in a relationship or friendship, you're not getting that out of it that you put into it, I'd recommend consider leaving that relationship or friendship gracefully, or just dialing it back. But yeah, just really prioritize your own happiness. That is so important. Please remember to love yourself and respect those around you. I really thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any games on itch.io you'd like me to play, please leave me a comment. I'd really appreciate it. And with that, I bid you adieu. Good night.